Hi, Cincinnati Preschool Promise. Welcome to Board Director. My name is Michael Barrick. I'm the founder of the company. I just wanted to give you a quick demo of what the product can do for you all. So I'm going to jump in. I'm going to share my screen and give you a quick demo of what it looks like. First thing you want to do is you want to log on to boarddirector.co and you want to click on the login button. And then from the login button, what you want to do next is type in your email and your password. And then it will take you to the My Boards page. Typically, this is just one entry, but if you're on multiple boards, you'd see the different organizations stacked on top of each other. So just select the portal, and the first thing I'm going to see is our dashboard. And on our dashboard, we're going to see our meetings. We're going to have our board meeting, and then we're also going to have events as well. So on this section right here, this could be either a board meeting or a committee meeting. And down below in the green, this signifies that it's an event, such as an annual board retreat, a golf outing, a fundraiser, etc. So when you come onto your dashboard, the first thing you want to do is locate your first meeting, which would be our Q1 board meeting here. It's going to be on January 14th, 2021 at 5:30 p.m. Over here is our RSVP. As you can see, you have three options: yes, maybe, and no. For our purposes, we're going to say yes. You can also change this to be in person, via phone, or other. We'll call this Zoom because we're all virtual these days. So I'm going to click Zoom. So the next thing I want to do after this is click on the full meeting details. After I get on the full meeting details, I will see the title of the meeting. So we know that this is our Q1 board meeting. We'll see the description. This can be anything that your administrator enters, but for these purposes, she knows that this is a Zoom meeting, so she has uploaded all of the Zoom credentials in here. And if you click on any of these links, it'll take you to Zoom. Here you'll see, again, the time and date of the meeting. To the right of that is our Google Calendar. If you have Office 365, you can enter that as well. I am a Google person. We're a Google company, so this is why that's showing. And I'll show you how to add that in there later. To the right of that is this Save Event to Your Calendar. This is an .ics file. So if you click on this, the .ics file will download to your computer, and then if you have MacMail, you can open it in MacMail, and then all this information is in there. If we had a physical location, I have it in here, but most likely you don't for the short term. The location could be here, and you can click on the map here. Down below that are our meeting documents. So you have our board packet, our agenda, our minutes, and if our administrator had other documents, financials, any audit reports, any other kind of reports, you can also add those here and you'll see them. If you go down a little bit further, you can also see your RSVP. So to view a document is very simple. You can click on any of these icons. You can view or download any of them. So again, here we are. We have our Q1 board meeting. It's a Zoom meeting. It's on the 14th. It's at 5:30 to 8:30. I'll add it to my Google Calendar. If I want to read the board packet, I would just come here and click on it. And now I can see our documentation here. Okay, so that's our board meetings. The next thing I want to talk about and share with you is our meetings tab. In our meeting section, you'll see all of your upcoming meetings and all of your previous meetings. All your upcoming meetings, whether it's a board meeting or a committee meeting, and all you have to do is simply click on a link. It will take you to that meeting. So I'm going to click back on meetings. Again, you can sort this by oldest to newest and newest to oldest, and you can also select a committee as well. And you'll see all the audit committee meetings here. If I want to go back to see all the board meetings, I'll go all board members. The next thing I want to show you is our documents. Here's where we house all of our documents. As a board member, one of the most important jobs is to find and locate all of your board policies, all of your articles of incorporation, any onboarding documents that your executive director may have put together for you, and they can all be here in this section. Another thing that you'll see here are our meeting documents. So when the administrator creates a meeting and uploads documents into that meeting, it adds it back in the meeting section. As you can see here, you can see all of the documents, or I can go back to the document section, click on meeting documents. I'm going to sort by newest. I'm going to go back to our Q1 board meeting and see what's going on there. And here you'll see all the documents for that meeting here. The next section is our discussions tab. I'll click on that. So in our discussions tab, you can have discussions in our open discussions. For example, I can say hi to the team and hit share. Now this message is sent to the entire portal. So the open discussions is for the entire portal. Here, I have access to the audit committee as well. As Michael Fulbrook, I now have access because I'm part of this committee. I can click on this and now I can have a private discussion with only the board members that have been added to the audit committee or staff and guest. Here's where you can upload a file. For example, if you're working on an audit committee file, audit report file, you can upload it here. You can share it securely with your fellow audit committee members. You can have discussions on that. And then when you're finally done with that audit report, then you can share it with the executive director or the board chair. Right here is our direct discussion. So this is a one-on-one discussion. Let's say I wanted to talk to Juanita. I would just click on Juanita. Okay. And now I've sent Juanita an email. She will receive that notification. I can upload documents. I can share personal information. This is a very secure one-on-one discussion that you can have with any fellow board member, any staff member, the executive director, etc. That is our discussion area. So in our committee area, you will find the committees that you've been assigned to. If you're not part of a committee, this will be a blank area. But if you're on 1 or 2 or 3 committees, they will show up here. In here, you just can click on the view committee. You can see if there was an audit charter. You can see fellow committee members and any documents that have been uploaded into the system. And also too, from here, you can see all of the past meetings. Okay, just click on the board packet. You can click on the link. It'll take you to the meeting itself. You can see all the meeting documents here. Now I'm going to go to our members area. We have 2 different ways you can see this. You can look on a stacked view, or you can look at it as a grid view. I personally prefer the grid view. You can see all the board members in a snapshot. From anywhere here, I can click on anybody's profile. I can click on this to email them. I can see any information. If I want to go here, I can click on this and see the full profile. And from here, you can see the person's image. If they've uploaded it, you can see what they are, a board member. If they were a board chair or board secretary, you can put that information here as well. Here are the term dates for that board member, December 14th, 2020 to December 14th, 2023. You can also see what committees they're on. Also too, as you can see here, Michael also added his bio, who he works for, and the title that he works for with that company. You also have his phone number, if that's been added, his cell phone number, and his work phone number, and also his email. And I'm going to edit my profile. You could, if somebody spelled your name wrong, an administrator spelled your name wrong, or you had a name change, for example, if you were a female and you got married and you did change your last name, you could change the last name here, change your email, change your time zone, change your cell phone number, your mobile number, your home address right here. This doesn't show up, by the way. So the home address doesn't show up. This is more for administrators. What does show up is your work details. So you can see here I have my employer, my job title, my work email, my work phone number, work address, city, state, location. Here's the biography that I showed you earlier, the intro, where I work, etc. If I wanted to, I could add an executive assistant. So if you have an executive assistant and you would like to add them, feel free. You can add them here, and it will be added to our staff and guest section. Now, your executive assistant would have access to your full profile. They could come in and download any documents. They could RSVP for you. So she or he would have full access to your profile. If you needed to change your password, just click on security, and you can change your password here. With your calendars, this is where you can connect your Google Calendar or your Office 365 calendar. Right now, I showed you earlier that I was a Google Calendar, and you can see here where it says disconnect. And also too, if you wanted to log in without your email, you can connect to your LinkedIn account, you can connect to your Google account, or you can also connect to your Twitter account. And this way, when you log in, it will allow you to log in via your social channels. The next section is our staff and guest. So staff and guest, again, I'm going to put it to grid view. You can see all your staff and guests. This could be an executive assistant. This could be a CFO, CMO, your executive director. It could be an attorney. It could be your PR firm. Anybody that's a consultant, anybody that's a guest can be added here by your administrator. And this is a way, if you wanted to reach out to them and email them, you can see their information. And if they've been added to the system right now, their contact information hasn't been added to the system. But if it was, you could email them or phone them if you wish. Here's our events section, very similar to our meeting section. Just click on the annual board retreat, which is coming up on April. From here, I can RSVP to the right. As you can see, I can say, yes, I'll be there in person. We're hoping that COVID is over by April and we get to attend live, real in-person events. The next thing I want to show you is the calendar. So our calendar section is the calendar just for you. So if you've been invited to a meeting or if you've been invited to an event, this will show up on your calendar. So you can see all the previous events and meetings that you've been a part of. If you wanted to go back and perhaps find a document, which is kind of the same thing, you can see that information here. Or you can see your upcoming, meetings. So you can see your January 2021 meeting here. I'll click on that link and it'll take me to the meeting. The next is our news section. In our news section, if your administrator or your board chair sees fit to add some information, some upcoming news, you can read that here. And the next is our voting section. This is our voting section. In our voting section, you will see upcoming votes. And in our voting section, you will see if a vote is in progress or a vote has been already cast. So if it's in progress, it'll be highlighted in yellow and you'll see cast vote. And you can also see view. So if you want to see it before you cast your vote, you can just click on here. This is to approve minutes. You can see the description is approve meeting minutes for Q4 board meeting. And the deadline is December 29th at 12 a.m. You can also see the meeting minutes here. Now, if I wanted to cast a vote for that, I would just click on this blue tab called Cast Vote, approve minutes, and I'm going to say yes or no. And then I can add notes. If I said no, I can add a note to that. I do not agree. But let's hopefully everything goes well. I'm going to vote yes, and then I'm going to cast my vote. A nice little check mark will signify that the vote has been cast, and now I can see my vote. So that is board director in a nutshell. Again, on your dashboard, you'll see all of your meetings and events. In your meetings section, you will see all your past and upcoming meetings. Inner documents will house all of your documents, whether it's a committee meeting, or if it's a meeting document, or if it's your governance documents, a board policy, the IRS 990 form, you name it, should be housed here at your fingertips. I wanted to personally again say thank you, Cincinnati Preschool Promise, for joining board director. If you like us today, you're going to really like us in the coming year as we're upgrading all of our technology. It's going to have a newer design. It's going to have the same functionality, but everything's just going to be so much better. So again, if you like us today, you're going to really like us in 2021. And again, one more time, I want to say thank you for joining board director.